Did you know that Miracle on 34th Street was originally conceived as a reaction to the rampant consumerism of the Christmas holiday? Hey, I'm Mike. I studied film, I work in TV, and I love movies. Today, we're discussing 5 things you didn't know about the 1947 classic Christmas movie, Miracle on 34th Street. Let's get into it. As I said, Miracle on 34th Street was conceived as a reaction to the rampant consumerism that screenwriter Valentine Davies saw during the Christmas holiday in 1944 in Los Angeles.
That's what I've been fighting against for years, the way they commercialize Christmas.
The wedding took place in Macy's and Herald Square during the Christmas season of 1946 at night, so as not to disturb the rampant consumerism going on during the day. Within the film, we get a sense of the rivalry between Macy's and Gimbel's, and although Macy's allowed the production to film within their store, neither Macy's or Gimbel's gave the permission to use their name within the film. That's a pretty risky endeavor. After the film was completed, 20th Century Fox arranged a screening for Macy's employees, and the loudest cheer came during this scene, shot in their very own cafeteria. Both stores eventually did sign on, but Macy's did not give permission for the 1994 John Hughes remake.
Why don't we talk about something else?
2. Thanksgiving Day Parade. The parade scenes were all shot during the actual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in 1946. Actor Edmund Gwenn, who plays Kris Kringle in the movie, was the actual Santa in the parade that year, and none of the spectators knew. 9 cameras were set up along the parade route to capture critical scenes among the chaos of the parade. Maureen O'Hara recalls in her biography that it was a mad scramble to get these scenes done because of the bitter cold and the need to get the scenes done quickly. Some shots had to be done in a single take because the parade would not stop for production. In fact, much of Miracle on 34th Street was shot on location. Macy's and Herald Square, the Thanksgiving Day Parade, and even the scenes outside City Hall were all shot on location in New York City. This was only the second time in Fox's history they shot on location in New York. 3. Hedging their bets. Surprisingly, 20th Century Fox didn't have high hopes for Miracle on 34th Street. They considered it a modest B-movie at best, with no expectation of its lasting success. Producer Darryl F. Zanuck decided to release the film in July and removed all Christmas iconography from the poster. I mean, look at this. Nothing about this screams Christmas. It's a Wonderful Life premiered a few months before and was a colossal flop at the box office.
Oh, did you hear that, Annie?
I heard it's about time one of you lunkheads said it.
That film also went on to great success, but at the time, it was considered a failure. To further distance it from Christmas, it was released in the UK as The Big Heart. Despite the hand-wringing, Miracle on 34th Street went on to be a huge box office success and stayed in theaters until Christmas of that year. It went on to be nominated for 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and Edmund Gwenn won for Best Supporting Actor for playing Santa.
Edmund Gwenn in Miracle on 34th Street.
Now I know there's a Santa Claus.
4. Most people think this is Natalie Wood's first film, and that's not true. In 1945, she starred opposite Orson Welles and Claudette Colbert in Tomorrow is Forever. Then while shooting The Ghost of Mrs. Muir, she accepted the role as Susan Walker in Miracle on 34th Street. Then she immediately went on to shoot a film called Scudda Do, Scudda Hey? And then later that year, she shot Driftwood. That's 5 movies in 2 years for an 8-year-old. Natalie Wood would go on to caution her own daughters about getting into acting too young. Natalie Wood went on to have a great career, winning 3 Oscars and starring in the films West Side Story and Rebel Without a Cause. And while Miracle on 34th Street wasn't her first film, it was certainly her breakout role. 5. It was one of the first films to be colorized. Kids, in the 80s, there was this prevailing thought that nobody would watch films because they were in black and white. Ted Turner led the charge to digitally colorize tons of classic films, including Miracle on 34th Street. In 1985, it took 5 months to digitally colorize Miracle on 34th Street. In 1993, it was remastered again with a THX soundtrack prior to its release on VHS and Laserdisc, and eventually DVD and Blu-ray. I'll say this, colorizing old films is a divisive topic. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. At the time, George Lucas expressed opposition to colorizing films in this manner, said the guy who re-released his original Star Wars trilogy with updated special effects and changing key moments within the film. We remember, George. We remember.
Because of the holidays, I'll give you a bonus fact. After its release, the Catholic League of America came down hard on Miracle on 34th Street. Their issue was Maureen O'Hara was portraying a divorced woman raising Susan as a single mom. Can you believe it? As I said earlier, in 1994, John Hughes remade Miracle on 34th Street. And while I'm usually a big fan of John Hughes' work, I don't think it needed to be remade. The original Miracle on 34th Street is perfect as it is. Thanks for watching, everybody. As always, film is about community, so leave your thoughts below. I love reading the comments, and while you're there, like and subscribe. It gives me the warm fuzzies. I'm Mike, and I love film.